Hello friends, Andy, martial arts teacher, and today I want to talk a little bit about getting in shape and nutrition, and because there's a lot of like pseudoscience behind it and things that I feel like they're just there to deter you and take your money, right? But let's get into it. You're going to work if you're just getting into just the nutrition part and you want to start working out, getting 200 to 500 calories off your day. We want them gone. And a lot of people that I work with, I don't change your nutrition to where you have to eat this way or that way to get the results that you want. Let's just take like someone eating a lot of fast food because they say they don't have a choice. And by the way, I say that in quotations because you do have a choice. Don't get into the time thing with me. My students know me as the time tyrant. And if you are struggling with time, learn time management skills because I promise you can squeeze out extra minutes throughout your day. Anyway, when I'm working with someone that likes to eat a lot of fast food, what I'll do is we'll take out the sides, or I don't like to cut them in half portions because I don't know, the temptation for me, if I'm doing it, it's too much there and I'm gonna eat the full portion. So get rid of the fries and just have the burger and the soda. A big one I'm on, get rid of all sugary drinks for the day, especially if you drink soda. You probably hit that deficit that you need to start losing weight. Now, working out's, in my opinion, 5% of it. Right? It depends on what you're doing and what your goals are, right? So like I do a lot of weapons stuff. So I work pretty much exclusively on my legs, my back, and my shoulders, especially like this back part, like the real rear delt area, right? Because I'm doing a lot of weapon work and sometimes I may use a heavier tool and I have to engage more core strength. You'll notice when I'm doing it, watch what my hips are doing. If you see me getting into it full body, it's probably one of my heavier props and I'm using the kinetic force and my torque to give it more oomph, if you will, so I can move a little bit faster. Anyway, we don't want to change too much too fast, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. So what you're gonna do, easiest way to do this, like I said, remove a side portion. Maybe like for me, I used to bodybuild, so I would have 2 pieces of chicken, right? But when I wanted to start losing weight, I got rid of 1 piece and I kept 1 piece of chicken with the rice. Now, this brings me to macros. Macros is very individualized, but it's also very generalized. Here's what I mean. Like if you're a dude, right, you're going to consume more calories, body's probably gonna run a little bit hotter. It's gonna take more overall for you to build the muscle, and so you'll need a little bit, and the repair, so you're gonna need a little bit more protein, probably a little bit more carbs, because the bigger you are, the more energy it's going to expend, right? So, and just so you know, like with carbs or sugars, your muscles run off of that. So if you're like, I'm cutting out all carbs, be eating vegetables or fruit or something, especially like that's going to re-engage the energy that your muscles, they expend. If you don't, that's probably why you're crashing out. Like people doing no carb diets, and I say this in quotations because they probably are eating more carbs than they actually think more often than not. But the no carb diets, they make you low energy and lethargic over time. They're not sustainable, which brings me to the word diet. I don't like the word diet because it implies that you're going to stop living this way at one point. I like to think of it as a nutritional lifestyle, right? So you're, for the most part too, aiming for 80% consistency in your nutrition and your working out. If you can do that every single week, you will see results. Don't worry about aiming for 100%. I mean, if you're a perfectionist, cool. But no matter what, we want to hit 80%, and you will put yourself in a very good position to see results very quickly. Let's just take me as the example. I weigh 150 pounds, so I consume anywhere on the day, depending on like what I'm doing. So let's say like a heavy weapons workout day, I will probably have about 160 grams of protein. I'll probably, because remember, it's a heavy workout day, have about 300, maybe a little bit more, like 350 grams of carbs. And then because I'm a trans woman, I want my fat content to be a little bit higher because the estrogen and everything in my body, it just works better, right? When I was 6%, miserable. I don't even know what I'm at right now, but I feel pretty good. So, but my point is my fat is probably gonna be closer to like 65 to 75 grams on a heavy workout day. On a light workout day, my macros would be like exactly what I weigh. So 150 grams or less, maybe 140 of protein. I'm probably only gonna do between 80 to 120 grams of carbs because I wanna replenish my muscle storage. And then probably right around 45, maybe 55 grams of fat, right? And if you're like, oh my God, that's a lot of math I have to do. It's actually not. They have apps There are plenty of resources that you can use right now. My favorite dude is Mike Israetel. Dr. Mike Israetel. He's amazing. He's knowledgeable. He's very open and honest about everything. You can find all his stuff. I look at it on YouTube. When you're working out, especially when you're a beginner, you are going to see results very, very quickly. But one thing beginners especially need to do, especially like anybody with lots of testosterone in their body, strengthen your joints and stretch them out and warm up every time. If you're skipping your warm up, even if you're in your 20s, how dare you? Something's going to break one point, and I get to say I told you so. I probably will, and I'll feel bad. But here's the thing. I'm 42. I used to stretch for 5 minutes. About 35, that went to 10 minutes. At 42, it's about 30 minutes. So I just do all my weapons demos for the week and my warm-ups. I bring that up because you need to get the blood flowing, especially if you're new and you're like, I'm just gonna go do my 3x10. By the way, I hate that 3x10 bullshit. It is bullshit, right? But I'm just gonna go do my 3x10 and do my thing and leave. I don't wanna get into the semantics of like actually working out. If you want me to do a video on that, let me know. I will be essentially approaching it from, like I said, Dr. Mike, because I have been a follower of his since day one on YouTube, right? Because his programs, as a trans woman, they work very well for me. Anyway, as always, good to see you guys. I'll talk to you soon. With respect, from the heart.
My best, camouflage are good too, I don't show no stress. Let me tell you right now, baby, stress ain't real. It's a test for your soul that this matrix gives. I don't wanna be depressed, feeling down and out, faking real smiles, but my soul got the power. It took a long time for me to get to this.